Okay, so a very beautiful evening to all of you, and in this special, magnificent intergroup debate session. So, I think we are here tonight to discuss a question that has captivated humanity for centuries. And the question is, should we be investing vast sums of money in space exploration? And I'm the host from English Learners team, and my team firmly believes that the answer is a resounding yes. Imagine a world where we can travel to distant planets, harness the resources of asteroids, and perhaps even find signs of life beyond Earth. This isn't science fiction, I think so. It's the future that space exploration promises, but the benefits go far beyond just the thrill of discovery. So, my team stands firmly behind the proposition that spending huge money on space exploration is not only worthwhile, it is a necessary investment in our future. So yeah, I think we should start now. Before starting, I just want to make introduce to my team who is going to take part in this session. So from my team, there will be Lord himself, Nikhil Vyas, and Beardo, Bai, Ansh, and Srishti. So I'm very excited for today's debate. Now, AG, it's over you. It's over you. Please proceed.
Okay. So, first of all, good evening, distinguished panel of judges, honorable guest, and fellow participant. It is an honor to stand before you today as we delve into the fascinating world of space exploration. The main aim of this debate is to having a multidimensional thought and increase our horizon of thinking because we are living in an age of information and it is very important to promote various perspectives to maintain a democracy and diversity. So our team stand for that should we invest more money in a spend, it is worth it or not, because if we spend those money in other sector, it will be more productive, more enhancement. We can do more enhancement and it will increase the poverty, it will reduce the poverty and development to the various sector. So our team stand for that it is not worth to spend huge expenditure in the space sector. So our team will present this ideology, and from our team, the participant is Jackfruit, Mani, Novice, Satya, and yes, this is from our team. So thank you. This is from my side.
Okay, that sounds pretty well. So I think we should not further delay, and shall we start now? Before starting the first round, let me explain the first round's do's and don'ts and what will be the rules and regulations. So in the first round, there will be one participant from EL team and another participant from your team. So they will come and they will the time will be provided for 3 minutes, and they have to simply picturize and depict. They have to depict the ideology and what they are going to highlight the things about. So let me, before starting the first round, let me tell you the rules and regulations to all of you. And basically, those are do's and don'ts. So open your mic when prompted by the host. Maintain decorum in voice chat. And please avoid political and religious defamations. Speak only English because English is only required. Do not speak after a host interruption. Keep your mic closed unless asked to open by the host. And what else? That irrelevant interruptions or disruptive behavior will lead to point deductions. Now, the point deduction, whatever that will be, and you will be the responsible by your own. So, AG, from my team, that is from EL team, I would like to call our most and eloquent speaker, Srishti. Srishti, are you there? And who is gonna come to your team?
I think it will be Jackfruit. Jackfruit will present the argument from my side in a first round. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are completely audible. Srishti, are you there?
Okay.
Okay, so from English Solar Stream, now Srishti's turn is now. Okay. Srishti, you can start.
Okay. Stephen Hawking once said that the colonization of space is a necessary step for the survival of humanity. We must ensure that our species survives, even if the worst happens on Earth. Hello everyone, I'm Srishti and I'll be supporting the view of investing in space programs, not only for exploration but for the benefit of our home planet Earth. Now, critics often argue that spending on space program is a waste and that we should focus on Earth's problems. However, investing in space can actually help address critical issues here. How? Firstly, space technology has led to innovations like solar panels and fuel cells, reducing reliance on fossil fuels and mitigating climate change. Secondly, space programs enables us to monitor Earth health from above, and satellites track deforestation, ocean pollution, and climate patterns, facilitating data-driven decisions. Thirdly, space research has enhanced our understanding of the water cycle, weather patterns, and natural resource management, aiding effective conservation strategies. Fourthly, space program has revolutionized global communication and navigation, improving responses to natural disasters and global challenges. Now, finally, space exploration inspires generations of scientists, engineers, and innovators to pursue STEM careers, driving progress on Earth. Hence, that defines how investing in space programs ultimately benefits Earth, helps solving humanity's critical challenges. Thank you.
Okay,
Wonderful speech, Srishti. Yes. Thank you, Srishti, for
yes.
handing it over to me. Srishti highlighted the existing benefits of space exploration on our home planet. But that's not all. What we have is great, but what is coming for us in future is far more exciting as well. I will give you a glimpse of that. Space exploration is not merely an expenditure, it's a crucial investment in the future of humanity. It's a road ahead to civilizational prosperity and technological advancement. Starting with asteroid mining, which is poised to revolutionize our world by unlocking vast resources. Imagine tapping into asteroids filled with metals like platinum and gold, alongside essential elements like nickel and cobalt. These resources could fuel our industries, alleviate the strain on Earth's finite reserves, and ignite unprecedented economic growth. But such an endeavor must use energy, right? So here comes the second thing about space exploration: helium 3, a game changer for our energy needs. Found in abundance in the lunar soil, helium 3 has the potential to power fusion reactors, offering us an almost limitless clean energy resources. This is the key to breaking free from the dependence on fossil fuel. Now, that is last but not the least important aspect of space exploration, that is survival. On our planet, numerous threats are there, from natural disaster to cosmic events. Therefore, establishing a human presence on another celestial body isn't just a dream, it's a necessity. I will repeat, it's not just a dream, it's a necessity. Therefore, in conclusion, space exploration is a much crucial endeavor to be taken by humans. That would be all. Thank you for your attention.
Wow, what an energetic condemnation from Lord himself and Srishti. This was so energetic and also insightful. So, AG, is your team ready?
Yes. Yes. And that's a wonderful speech. Now, from our team, Saku and uh, Jackfruit will participate in the first round. Saku and Jackfruit, go on, bro, and best of luck.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Hello, all. My name is Saku, and I'm delighted and honored to speak before our respected judges, fellow participants, and our guest. So, today, I'm going to speak on the topic why spending on space program is not worth. I'll give you some ideas on spending so much money on space programs might not be the best idea. Exploring space is cool, but we have got plenty of important stuff going on right here on Earth that needs our focus and funding. Think about how many people are hungry and living in poverty worldwide. According to the World Food Programme in 2023, 735 million people are dealing with chronic hunger. Just picture how much of a difference it would make if we took some of the money spent on space programs and use it to help those people by providing food, clean water, and education. Healthcare inequalities are still a big problem. The COVID outbreak showed us that there are major gaps in healthcare system around the world. Many people cannot have access to important health services, as pointed out by the World Health Organization. Putting money into healthcare instead of space exploration could help save lives, boost global health safety, and stop future pandemics. In simple terms, climate change is a huge problem for our planet. The latest IPCC report from 2023 says we really need to invest a lot in fighting it. Instead of spending money on exploring space, we could focus on creating renewable energy, supporting eco-friendly farming, and getting ready for natural disasters. This way, we can keep our environment safe for the next generation. Space exploration is cool and all, but let's not forget about the problems we have right here on Earth. Maybe we should consider shifting some of that space program money to things that can make our world a better place for everyone. I'll also tell you there are priority allocation critiques, which is very authenticated, that the fund should be directed towards more immediate concerns like poverty, healthcare, or education rather than exploring space. Technological spin-off are also there. While space exploration has led to technological advancements, we can critique that by saying these benefits could be achieved through other means without the high cost of space programs. So we are almost spending 11,000 crore of our GDP on space explorations. So think about it. If we can spend it on here on Earth, we have not even reached 10% of our oceans. We have not even discovered 10% of our oceans. So what if we try to find our oceans more better, and what if we try to research on our Earth? That would help us our peoples directly. But spending on this space
Time up.
exploration. Thank you.
Saku, time up. You really did an amazing job. Great point. Now, I think we are moving to the second round. And for a second round, there will be a 5 minute for you. You can have a discuss with your participant. Okay.
AG, I think
Dade?
rules and regulations were already told. So now we have to delve into directly to the second round. So I'm very much excited for this round. What about you?
Yes, I'm also very excited. It is very enjoyable debate till now. So should I explain the round too?
I think round has been
Or not?
explained previously. So just tell me who is coming from your team.
Okay, from my team, Mani will go.
Okay, so from my team, the person who is coming, he's a natural at explaining complex ideas in a way everyone can understand. And I must say, Nikhil Vyas, your insights on the future space technology will be invaluable. So let's not further delay. Nikhil Vyas, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there. Thank you so much for providing me the opportunity.
Okay, break a leg. Best of luck. And yes, sir, you can start the timing.
Okay.
Yeah, please ask me the question.
So yeah, I will go with the question. So this question I'm having in my mind that would you like to provide me a specific example where economic benefits of a space research is more than the cost involved? Because I believe that whatever the money we are investing into the space, that is kind of dead investment. It not provide any kind of revenue to us. It is just going into a darkness.
Is it? You really think so? Let me just then tell you. Do you know global space economy in 2022? It was worth 469 billion and was reported by NASA in 2022. Now let me tell you, for the next year, it was worth 630 billion. At the same time, you might have used GPS technology, right? And we all know this thing that whenever we are traveling to some other location, we are using that technology. Do you know the worth of that market value of that particular technology? It is 300 billion. Now, let me tell you one more thing. NASA has already explored this thing in their investigation theories that whatever they are spending only, if they are spending $1, then they are generating $8 with that. At the same time, Russia has also said this thing that if they are investing $1, they are generating $6 out of that. In the Europe also, let me tell you about the surveys as well. I mean, 81% of Indian population really they acquire this thing that they want space exploration. I just want to ask one question to you now, that if you have any alternate option to GPS satellite, would you like to provide me an example with this?
Okay, surely first let me tell you that we are not totally against the space completing removing the space funding. We are against the removing this non-meaningful spending, like sending the rockets on the moon or Mars to find the life where we don't even have the airs and waters. That kind of investment is a dirty investment, and trying to deploy a telescope which will figure out a planet which is 100 years far from the Earth. That is just information that gives us a pride. It not give us any meaningful information and any benefit to the humanity. And talking about the GPS, I said that there are systems, there are satellites which are beneficial, but we should limit our restriction till those satellites and not go beyond that, because if you go beyond that, that is a that will require a lot of money. Coming to the question, the next question I would like to ask is, what do you think about the space research leading to space militarization, which might force the poor countries to focus more on the space research and spend more money on the space research rather than focusing on the basic needs of their citizen?
Okay, let's talk about those countries only. First of all, let's talk about some surveys. You really believe this thing that the nation is made by the people only, not by some people like we are debating here, right? So let's talk about surveys only. First of all, let's talk about European countries. In European countries, European Commission conducted a survey in 2022. Out of that, 80% of the total population, they've simply aggregated this thing that they want space exploration because they want their European nation to be at the top-notch level, right? At the same time, even in America as well, there was a Pew report. And in that report, 73% of total population of America, they have simply aggregated this report as well, and they have supported the space exploration. Now let's come to some other thing. In 2019, there was a survey of aerospace industry, and they found that 70% of respondents believe that space exploration inspires generation. Now let's talk about those countries which you really believe they are poor. So Indian GDP budget is only 0.04% of the total GDP. At the same time, US is only contributing 0.28%. So which big amount are you talking about? I mean, I'm not getting it. Like, you guys are only coming with the poverty. Do you really believe this thing that only eradicating 600 crores from the space mission is going to help the entire humanity? Aren't we helping the humanity in that way as well? Now, I want to ask you one question, that we have developed so many medical devices like MRI, the breast cancer imaging system as well. Do you have any other alternate option to this? Because you people are only covering the poverty. Do you think that only poverty is the option of life? Don't you think that multidimensional advances are the part of our life?
Let me answer your question. I believe that there has been some of the innovation which are helpful to the humanity, and that is a byproduct of the space exploration. But we can't say that if there was no space exploration, we would not have able to discover those technology. Because if there is a problem, we know how to find the solution of that problem. So instead of taking a long path to find those solutions like MRI, we could take a shorter path and do the lesser investment to find those technologies. Coming to the survey you presented, that people want space research, and I believe, yeah, they want, because they want like pride, they, when they see that the country is able to land on the moon or Mars, they see that as pride, right? But actually, if you go deeper down as intellect, you find it is not beneficial to the humanity, right? So those surveys, even in India, people have desire to know about unknown things, and space is something which is very unknown, and it kind of generate a scientist which are very good in developing the space technology, but we couldn't use the same mind to work on the climate change. We have some bigger problem here on the earth, desert, the desert is expanding. If we have those minds working on the desert expansion and working on the climate change, we would able to tackle them very well. Coming to the next question, so I'm having a study which is published in 2002 that says that if we increase the space launch by the space rocket launch by factor of 10, then that will increase the atmosphere temperature by 2 degrees Celsius, and that will definitely lead to the ozone layer degradation. So don't you think the rocket launch in the space is contributing to the climate change?
Okay, so what should we do? Should we stop the entire development? I mean, you're talking about only 2 degrees Celsius. I believe that 10 degrees Celsius has been already increased by only human population. So what should we do? Should we stop the developments? Now let's talk about, something developing. Only relying on the philosophical aspect is not going to help win the debate, right? So let's talk about something which really helped us. Let's talk about humanity only, because you people are coming with this word only. So there was a cyclone in 2014, and ISRO satellites provided vital data that helped in the planning and evacuation of 7 lakh people. I'm repeating this word again, 7 lakh. It is a very huge number. We have 7 lakh people by replacing people of states of India, that is Andhra Pradesh and Odisha, and that timely intervention, it really reduced the number of casualties. Now let's talk about something else as well. You were talking about the exploration of space. Are we getting something in return from that or not? You were talking about that there is no existence of atmospheric pressure, or there is no existence of water on the planets. First of all, you are having a wrong data, because in the Chandrayaan 1 mission, we are already having this thing that we have found essence of water droplets. Along with that, in the Mars surface, we have found titanium, which is useful for nuclear energy. Now, I am coming to my question. First of all, you tell me one thing, that we are helping the weather forecasting. So is it not helpful? Now again you will come with the same counter, that it is helpful, but up to some extent only. So if we would not have discovered this much in the space exploration, how would I have got to know that there is a technology like weather forecasting, where there is a series of 5 satellites we are using in the space? This is a question for you. I mean, always coming with the poverty and education.
Okay. Listen. I will answer to your question. Talking about the satellites of the, which gives an information about the disaster, that is useful, right? But if you now consider the cost that we occur to launch a satellite is less as compared to the spacecraft which when we launch from other planet like Moon and Mars. You talking about the satellites, I consider that there are a lot of important satellites which are useful, but there are other satellites which are not useful, and that's why even America is defunding the NASA science program, which launches a lot of satellites, because they are not beneficial.
Okay, if that is not beneficial, then why have they simply introduced the new budget for NASA? And why even the Indian Space Research Organization have got a new budget that is far better than the previous budget? If it is not helping us, then why are we doing all the space research organizations? I mean, how they are executing, implementing, regulating the policies for these programs? Do you have any answer to this question?
Listen,
I
if
mean,
you look at the ISRO budget, right, that is increasing very slowly. But if you look at the US budget, since for their nation pride, they spend $78 billion annually to the NASA, and they are decreasing the budget to the and NASA science program that they are doing. But
okay,
actually, if you
I got it completely. Now it's my turn actually, because you haven't used your previous time. So let me tell you one thing. There are approximately 1,000 satellites. I'm telling it so that people will get to know that how space exploration is helping the humanity. Second thing, you have used the useful word 4 times in this counterpart. That means you are simply agreeing to the space exploration programs, but at the same time you are having a little bit of counter. That's completely okay, because you're part of the debate. So there are 1,000 satellites in the space. They are helping us to provide global telephone, television, internet services. Don't use internet. You are using internet right now. Should we stop the internet because you have got it from the space exploration only?
Guys,
Should
I
we
your
think
stop?
time is up.
I think the
Your
internet is
time is
provided
up.
through the cable.
Guys, excuse me, your time is up. Host, just keep an eye on the timer, okay? The time was up long ago.
Okay,
Radhe
okay.
Radhe, and yeah,
Mani,
please. Thank you.
yes. Oh, Mani, you did an amazing job. Your point is clear and strong. Like you have performed very well. And now, Nikhil, you also performed very well, brother. And now, Radhe Rajate, you have to speak something. Please speak.
Okay, definitely. But first of all, one thing I would say, please, participants, please keep an eye on the timer. Okay. Okay, so definitely he was so enthusiastic and very much sedulant. So our next participant that is going to come from English learners team, that is none other than, definitely he has a very officious voice, and talking about Lord, then he has a knack for finding creative solutions and your approach, Lord, to the debate will be unique and insightful. Please, Lord himself, continue.
Okay, from our team, the jackfruit will go and take a participate. He is a very good debater. He has performed very well, and his argument, whatever he present, is very nice as per the relevancy of the debate. Okay, so jackfruit, please participate from our team.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, AG. Actually, my main concern about the development for the space, because actually there is a budget which is always allocated in order to get a sufficient, we can say, dependencies for all the basic amenities which are directly or indirectly dependent. But I just want to ask this thing, that how it can be able to establish or able to achieve sustainable goals along with the we can say research in
Your time's
space,
up.
with the high space research.
Okay. Although your time was up, but coming to your question, it was quite unclear from your side that what are your actual concern, but I will figure it out that you are expecting me to answer regarding that we are having such a big budget. How will it make it sustainably grow, and how can we tackle the other challenges that are surrounding present landscape? So the one thing is there is simple that we do not have to stop one thing in order to work on another. The poverty alleviation, the help of the poor, the needy, that does not has to come at the expense of space exploration and its spending getting cut off. That is not required. So we can simultaneously work on both the things as we have been doing it since the foundation of ISRO in 1962 as Suparco and later on as ISRO. So that is not a concern at all actually. And talking about the sustainability, we have already have multiple. We have one of the most efficient and cost-effective space program in the history of space exploration in the humankind. That is a matter of proud as well as the matter of statistics to you as well. Much like the example, Mangalyaan only costed 600 crores. So that is lesser than the, you can say, upcoming Bollywood projects as well. So it is not about sustainability, neither it is about the resource crunch. We have enough of resources for both the works. It is only about the mismanagement and misallocation of the resources.
Okay, so my concern with this is that, like, as you have talked about this one, first of all, I just want to say is that, as you have said, that most of the things are being carried out because of that they are more sustainable. But we should not forget about one of the most important launching, which was initiated by NASA itself, and was Mars Climate Orbital Mission. Like, this was the major failure, and it was initiated in 1999 because of simple unit failure. And because of that, many have because of that, many have faced outbreaks, recession, and about $125 million had been spent on that particular project, and it all got failure. And the critics have already argued for the same thing, is that, like, if the fund allocation would be more towards technical operation sectors and rocketry, wouldn't it be more fine? Wouldn't it be taking the deadly impact on space community more in a more profound manner as compared to this? How would you counter this one?
See, exactly as you mentioned, the failure is nothing but a road ahead to the success. In case of research and development, US is having a great budget. It is allocating 5% of its annual budget to the research and development, of which a small portion is allocated to NASA. So talking about the failures, it was only because that failure, NASA later on came to understand what was the shortcoming in the technology. They fixed it and then they overcame the challenges and they successfully landed the Curiosity rover over the Mars. So it is nothing but the obvious course of action in science. Whenever you are going to take upon any challenge, failure is the next step there forward. It does not negate the importance for trying. So you cannot really make an argument around it that because once there was a failure. In our case as well, the Chandrayaan also failed, but later on with Chandrayaan 3 we were successful. So that is not an argument from your side. I would like to say failure is nothing but the you can say destination on road to journey. My question to you will be that what makes you think that cutting down on space exploration budget will solve all the problems of the nation? While we already know that India is only spending 0.02% of its annual budget on space exploration, we spend you can say couple times more budget on fertilizer subsidy. So it is not an issue of budget, I would say. What is your answer there?
Okay, first of all, I just want to remark a very important thing is that like the success of higher funds allocation is just not depends on the funds, but the political instability or stability also. So let me explain it how. Let's suppose we have witnessed outraged recently because of some scarcity issues have been going on, and especially after COVID pandemic, many of the unemployment issues has been witnessed. Lots of people are getting unemployed in many sectors. And we have also see the climatic patterns that have been changed, like extreme climatic weather across regions that frustrates the locals especially. Let's suppose the rural party that has implemented such budget, because a higher space budget is always kind of demeaning that regular budget, and it can be a risk of maybe in future opposition parties can use this advantage to release some friendly budget, like those budget which can came help them to come into the power and can interrupt space research with huge budgets. And let's suppose there is a research called asteroid mining, which requires very theoretical stage, it requires very high funding, and let's suppose the funding gets stopped. So how can it be able to reallocate that fund? And now my question is like how it can be able to reallocate further.
See, you did not answer at all what I asked you, that how cutting down funding in the space exploration will immensely help the other causes. And but anyways, coming to your question, that the theoretical state that you are asking about the asteroid mining. See, the thing is that right now you are sitting in another city and I'm sitting in another city. We are only able to talk to each other over a service called internet, just because US military initially funded it and made it possible for us to create internet and Wi-Fi and other things as well. So it is not a waste of money. It is an investment on which the return on investment is bound to happen. Same is the case with asteroid technology. I will expect you to answer my question actually. So how will you ensure the survival of human civilization if tomorrow, or let's say 10 years down the line, an asteroid comes to hit the earth, the extinction of human civilization happens? How will you ensure if we are not going to colonize our neighboring planets?
First of all, as you have this concern, they are like already established international space shuttles which are taking care of such things. Communication and technology is being devised in different countries, especially in India itself, in Mumbai. We have seen this, that these particular radio signals can be very viable for communicating to the space shuttles. And the space shuttles which are being operated by developed countries like USA, Russia, they can operate it and can mind it in different direction if that particular things happen in near future. And as you have said that the things that been allocated for the particular thing is quite less, but I just want to ask is that, like, according to the World Hunger Index, about 1200 and 12 trillion dollar of the funding allocation was allocated every year to like it should be a mandate need if we want to solve that problem, but we are not solving.
Your time is up, dear. Okay.
Yes.
Wow,
I
how
have to.
wonderfully you have handled. So, AG, now what do you think about our English learners team? AG, why you got silent?
Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
you are audible.
So, yes, but the team have performed very well. And Jackfruit, you have performed very well. Like, your speaking skill is magnificent. You have your creativity during debate is very nice, and your thought creativity represent in debate. So from our team, the next participant will Satya. Satya is very nice debater. Like I, he is a very beautiful speaker. He is a very magnificent speaker, and he performed very well in last few debates. So I hope that he will perform very well. Satya, please go from our team.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before that, also you have to be ready from our English learners team. That is, I would say, beauty with the brain. And Beardo, you're not afraid to think outside the box, and your unique approach to the debate will be interesting and thought-provoking. Beardo, are you there, dear?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome, idea.
Okay, please proceed.
Okay, so I would like to ask one question, as my fellow opponent mentioned it already in the argument. So I have a question that why can't we solve problems on Earth while we are also focusing on these extraterrestrial affairs? Because the money that we spent on space exploration is much less than the money that we lost through corruption and other things. There is 1.26% of the GDP in India that get wasted through corruption only. So what would be the answer from my opponents for this question?
Well, first of all, I would like to give my credit to space exploration, but putting the concern of the present circumstance and scenario in the world and society as a whole, I think it's about time for us to shift our focus, because space program, although it's a wonderful exploration, it comes with costly endeavor. For example, even a simple unit conversion mistakes causes $1 million of financial loss. For example, so far we have deployed 11 to 12 thousands of satellites. Out of those, only 3 to 4 have been successful, and remaining 7,000 have accumulated on Earth orbit as space debris. You guys were talking about internet, right? If this debris accumulate more, right, it is going to shut the entire GPS system, internet system in our world for sure. This is the fact which has been given by NASA and other organization. Another thing is, why shouldn't we shift and redirect the fund on immediate and tangible benefiting areas like oceanography, environmental science, biotechnology, renewable energy, by setting up wind farms and solar energy, right? We can create more opportunities. My question is, so far we have just explored 20% of the Earth. So remaining 80% of Earth has been unmapped, unexplored. Why shouldn't we primarily shift our focus to this? Our whole point is that for the betterment of our society.
I'm really sorry, dear, but you did not answer my question. I asked you a different question. It was about the solution to and corruption. But it's all right. And about the question that you asked about debris. So, well, when we start off something, it is messy, and just what happened with the Industrial Revolution. But now that we have the experience from the Industrial Revolution, we will surely do better in the future, as we haven't been up to the mark up till now. But we also have to we have to look the benefits that we are being getting for people. So, in the first argument, my fellow opponent mentioned that we should more focus on the health sector. But do you guys even know that how our space exploration helping in health sector? We have invented um, we have invented a new arm which can help doctors to do the surgeries like brain surgeries and heart surgeries, which is saving people's life. We can now detect cancer, different kind of cancers. There are a lot of women who are dying with breast cancers, but we were not able to find it out. But now we can, because there are some advancement, and that is only happening because we initiated all these advancements through a space exploration. First, it was invented for the astronauts to check whether they'll be able to work in outer space, and now we are utilizing in our health sector about the education also. So if you consider, it's just about, as Lord himself already mentioned, it's just about mismanagement and misallocation. So why are you focusing a point of mismanagement and misallocation of the budget, and you are cutting down the most important thing, that is the curiosity of human being? So if you want to be curious, if you want to explore more, we might not survive, because do you really think that Earth gonna be there for forever? The way we are utilizing our sources and the natural resources. What do you think?
Yeah. Timer, please. Well, I anticipated this. All the benefits you mentioned, right? That is not direct benefit at all. It is indirect benefit. For example, during COVID era, so you might say that satellite sensors help to track all those viruses, right? That is not actually the case. Virology field, this studied virus pattern, structure, mutation. It helped us to combat COVID. Another example would be immunology field. This field research immune response to virus, and they were able to develop vaccines. And same goes with biochemistry. It studied the interaction between virus and human cell. But the fact of the matter is, there has been very less allocation of fund over all these years, whereas billions and millions of money has been invested on space research, if we say benefit, is it is going to take long run. So far, we have just, like I said, we have just explored 25% of our Earth. If we explore many ocean, sea beds, volcano region, forest region, we might be able to provide vaccines and other curing, medical options which has been uncurable. I think we should, considering the pressure and pressing needs which is demanding on our earth, it's about time to redirect fund and use the established benefits of space and use it for the betterment of our society. About cancer, you mentioned sensors and satellites are not going to cure cancers. What is going to cure is beds, ICU, and immediate shifting of patients from one place to hospitals and providing vaccine in large amount. This is what is going to help. So we are in a time of crisis. This is not civilization to say to transfer people from earth to space, because it is not transferring people from one state to another or from one country to another. It is interplanetary traveling. We should know that if we just by traveling from one country to another country, we face jet lag. Think about space, which is ever ending. We are going to face many illusions, and crores and lakhs of people are going to face casualties. Death might occur. All this, like, why are not investing money on renewable energy? For example, setting up wind farms, right? It creates employment opportunities, because to be able to set up wind farms, we need workers, constructing people, maintenance people, suppliers. So by inviting all this, we can create
Oh,
employment
I'm really
opportunities.
sorry to cut you off, but you again did not answer my question, and I've never mentioned that COVID was helped through space.
I answered your
And when I
question
mentioned about
regarding cancer. I
no,
answered
dear,
your
you did
question
not, but
regarding
it's all
cancer.
right. You can
You
just
also
live
didn't
in
answer
delusion.
my
It's all
question
right.
about ocean exploration. You also didn't answer my
Okay, let's
question
talk
about
about
ocean exploration.
after the debate. So when you were mentioning about that in cancer only bad and these ICU everything is helping. Really, do you consider this? So I can give you one example. It's like the technology behind these Canadian space robots. It was used to develop this IGAR, and this is a tele-operated medical robot that is capable for
First of
performing
all, we
very
should
precise
understand that in our
biopsies.
country,
I did not interrupt you.
lakhs
I
of
did not interrupt you while you were answering. So biopsies, it was invented to detect breast cancer. This is what I've mentioned. And one of the great invention to detect the cancerous cell, it is a chemotherapy. I don't think that you are aware about it. Only if bad and these ICU centers gonna help us, then why people would go to hospitals? We can create one at our home. Don't you think so? And apart from it, if you're talking about that chemotherapy is not a cure, but a bad would be a cure. So do you really think so that we do not need doctors and we do not need this advancement?
Well, let's talk about the Indian society. Yes, space program has developed all this chemotherapy and other sensors you mentioned. Don't you think that this should be more ethical by putting investment on space? Because all these patients, it's certain we can identify breast cancers and other cancers like Parkinson also. But don't we think that funds should be allocated to cure rather than to explore on space to find different dimension? I would like to give an example. Parkinson diseases, right? So you have heard of Parkinson disease. 50 years ago, it was very menace to our society. But now, because of technological development in the field called neuroscience, I repeat it, because of the technological development in the field called neuroscience, they have been able to find electrodes wherein they implant into Parkinson patients' brain, and these electrodes will alleviate
Okay, your
symptoms.
time
This
is
is
up.
where we have to focus our investment, right? I think my time is up.
Yes. So, what would you say, AG?
Satya, so it's
What happened, AG? Why your enthusiasm got
well,
down?
no. I'm listening. So okay, Satya, you have done very well, bro. Your eloquence and logical reasoning during the debate were truly impressive. Idea in a thoughtful discourse set apart. And now, my side, silent C will go take a participate.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness, why are you in so much hurry? Like,
So
you just
silent.
don't want to listen from my team and kind of that. Okay. So maybe you didn't mention about weird or anything. So okay, let me set that for her. Weirdo, literally you nailed it. The calmly, the way you have handled the counter and also you defend yourself, that was really, really amazing. Literally, I'm feeling so happy after this. Okay. So, AG, who is coming from your team?
Okay. So from my team, silence they will go.
Okay.
Okay.
So it will be very difficult to handle from my team. So from EL team, English learners team. So the Ansh is going to come, and Ansh, if I talk about Ansh, then he is a very his voice is very diplomatic, I would say. And one thing that he's such a strong communicator, and I must say, and I have no doubt that he will be able to articulate the importance of space exploration in inspiring future generations. And he will definitely connect with the audience. Ansh, are you there?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Yeah.
Please
So, hi.
proceed.
Yeah, hi, Silence. So, I heard you guys are advocating for the poor, but NCRB data says almost 6,838 farmers commit suicide every year due to crop failure, and this crop failure has been, reduced due to the monitoring of the satellites. So, because we can monitor weather patterns and as a result, suicide rates have dropped to 38%. So, are you guys endorsing farmer suicide by stopping space exploration? Hello.
Oh, wait, there is some glitch from timer side. Okay, now you can proceed. Okay, AG, what happened? What happened to your team?
So, okay, from my side, hello, hello.
Sorry, your voice is
Am I
breaking.
audible? I'm not available from my team, so Saku will go for this round. So, Saku, are you there?
Saku, you are not audible. And
Hello.
one thing, there is also the rule that
Saku,
repetition is not
Yeah, I'm
allowed.
here.
Guys,
Hello.
Host and Ganesh, I would request you to restart the timings for this particular pair. It's a request for you all. Thank you.
Sure. So may I, Radhe Radhe?
Yes, Ans, start.
Yeah. Yeah, hi, Saku. So, from SpaceX to Blue Origin to ISRO commercial New Space India Limited, everyone happens to be a profitable business. So are you guys against the venture that are generating profit and are EBITDA positive? Because the whole narrative was against space exploration, that there shouldn't be rocket firing payloads or satellites being launched. So please.
See, there is ethical concerns when we are going for space exploration. Why do not you talk about inequalities that we face in our society? There is a huge gap in income in our society, and why are you only concerned with the technological advancements related to space? Why cannot we talk about the technological advancements here on Earth? so that that can directly benefit us.
Okay. So see, the point is you don't understand the number well. The amount of budget that it goes into the space exploration happens to be very minimal. ISRO spends 0.04 percentage, and your NASA spends mere 0.5 percentage. That is equivalent to $20 billion. The amount MACD, you people spend in MACD, and almost 6 times lesser than what you spend smoking cigarettes. That is equivalent to 120 billion degree. Let me tell you. But you guys don't even understand the facts. So and the whatever technologies it has, the space exploration, the pursuit of space exploration has given to the human mankind, from the from stopping hurricanes, floods, and earthquakes by giving early warning signs to monitoring crop health. The benefits doesn't stop here. There is something called telemedicine services that has been given and provided for the poor, right? And let's also talk about something called digital divide. And my question for you is, we all know almost 1/3 of the global populations don't have access to internet. So, but the current projects of NASA with the collab SpaceX, they're launching something called Starlink. So, are you guys also against the access to internet? Are you against the poor having access to internet?
No, I'm not in against of having access to internet, but see, the thing is, we are talking here about the space exploration. The satellites which you are talking about, we place those satellites in lower Earth orbits. I'm in against of the space exploration. When you are exploring other planets, when you are exploring other asteroids, meteoroids, like any that cosmological things, then there lies the this debate. I mean, against of those expenditure which you are making on the space exploration, which is not worth, because we have not even discovered 10% of our oceans. Why do not you think that we should we should be focused more on our oceans than on space? Because something which is in our reach, we are not very much keen to know about that, but we want to know about space and all other planets, where we like in next 500 years or next 1000 years, we there's no scope of rehabilitation on any other planet from Earth. So why do you think that we should focus on those planets?
No, I guess you don't understand the synergy between Earth and space. We can parallelly do two things. I mean, I guess we all do multitask, right? So there's no harm in solving two major problems, two important problems at the same time. And if you understand math well, so we just spent 0.04 percentage into the space exploration part. The
No, that
90s,
0.0%
99,
is
let me
see,
answer.
that is
We have a time
12,000
limit here.
crores. Do you understand how much
We
it means to poor person? 12,000
I didn't
crore.
interrupt. It's my time. Please abide by the rules. I request you. So see, the point is you don't understand ROI part in the cost benefit analysis. So if NASA puts $1 into its business of space exploration, it generates $8 out of it. A single launch by ISRO's commercial arm NSIL generates 3,300 crore of business just by launching 389 foreign satellites. So this is and let's stop calling space as exploration. We have already, it's no more in a pilot stage. We have already attained that space where we have start making money. We have commercialized it, and there's a huge opportunity. I guess the next $1 billion company gonna come from space exploration, and I can literally vouch on that. There's something with space mining. There's something with asteroid hunting. So we have plethora of options available. By the way, I have a question for you. What about the farmer suicides, which the space shuttles have already addressed? Are you against farmer suicides?
No, they are not space shuttles. They are satellites, and there's a difference between space shuttles and satellite. Our satellite, they help us to forecast weather and like that. I'm not in against of that. I'm against of space exploration. I'm again emphasizing it that I'm talking about the satellites which are on Earth. I'm not in against of it. I'm in against of space exploration, which is which you put in outer Earth orbits and like out of the Earth's atmosphere. So and exploring on other planets. So I'm in against of that. And the farmers who commit suicide, why do not you talk about why do we need to spend on space if we have see who is responsible for climate change? we are responsible for climate change, and when you are responsible for climate change, when people are suffering from that, then you are searching another planet to live. So this is not very fair. Why do not you talk about curing the whatever damage we have done to our climate, and why because of that only we are searching other planets to live, and other planets like for any purpose, any other purpose. We are damaging our
Let me know
earth, so
when
we
do I
need to
need to
tackle
answer
that
because
problem.
you're not giving me time. Please let me know when do I need to come up with the answers.
Okay, so you start speaking. You are wasting your time by telling me this.
See, the problem you mentioned that we are exploiting Earth resources. We aren't anymore. That's the reason we are looking for exoplanets. So that you must have heard of helium 3+. That's an isotope of helium that could help, create nuclear energy on Earth. We're gonna take this from somewhere where no habitat is possible, and we're gonna bring it to Earth, and this is how we're gonna create energy by not exploiting on fossil fuels.
What? Could you please repeat? I am not able to listen. I am not able to understand your statement.
5 minutes are already over.
So you both did a great job and performed very well. So the next participant from our team will be Mother Mary. Mother Mary, your respectful and open-minded approach to differing opinion is commendable. Your confident and poise on a stage make you formidable debate, and that's why I have selected you for a next round. Now, Radhe Radhe, please tell anything.
For sure, it's our turn to tell, and also so many things to tell. AJ, like first of all, I'm feeling like you're in with the very low energy. What happened? Did you get the result first, or you know the result?
No, I'm confident. No,
It
I'm
doesn't cease
confident.
by your energy. Bring some energy.
Okay.
Okay, so be ready from my countering from English learners team. Srishti, are you there? And I think I don't need to tell about herself so many things because yeah, she herself will tell the things. Okay, so be ready, AG.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Srishti, you are audible. Go ahead.
So now we have seen all the points, and considering all the points, is that how space exploration has become an indispensable part of our lives. Be it all aspect, be it economic aspect, be it political, and every aspect that counters the opponent point. I would like to have my question is that how can we ignore the technological advancements driven by space research that benefit everyday's life? Was I audible?
You're audible, Srishti. But I don't know what happened
Mother Mary,
to
are you
this
there?
team.
Mother Mary.
Bro, I'm there.
Yes.
Can I speak or?
No, you can speak.
Okay. Thank you for your opportunity to speak here against money. Why should you spend? Thank you really very much. The topic is fantastic to hear you that. I can ask you that why need to spend for money in the pace? That is the question in my mind. And second thing, the coin has two things. One is head and tail. It has to be positive or negative. When I go through all the Wikipedia, or just I want to sit and listening that, why should you spend the money for the space? Because of technology, we are spending for the money for the space to know the plant is there, a new plant you want to search for it. This idea of a lot of people, but according to me, they're wasting the money. The wisdom is wasting for idea. I can say that. Why can't go for instead of putting the paste in the money, they can spend for money for the people here, for education, for medical, for whatever things is happening. It has to become with the one idea, not focusing for only for spending money to something to bring the new to the whole. No one knows. If we take for the farmers, they are suffering from all the lot of economic problem. They're not getting enough source to sell their product. If they prodding the some field, it's on one kind of society we living here as in India. They're facing a lot of problem, and but they focusing the government only for something issues, but not helping for the peoples. The one by one they're harding, but they're not doing the same category. When you go for spending money for the pace, it's not necessary to spend. See, all the if you take for countries, for all the countries, they are not spending only for the pace purpose. They go for people's mind, they go for the education purpose, they go for the medical purpose, they go for the farmers, whatever it may be. They think about the peoples, they divide the money and go for it. But India only, they want to take the money, they root the money from the political powers and whatever it may be. I can say that. The another thing, the people root the money from the whose money is this? Is it our money? The tax what we are paying for that, we are giving for them, but they are not giving us for those who are. India has become a poor because of what?
Time up, Mother Mary. Mother Mary, time up here.
Thank you very much.
I would like to counter that. It's such a ridiculous points my opponent has just raised, because that's what we are talking about. If you talk about the fund, it's much less than all the other things that is happening in India. It's talk about the other policies, even if you talk about the subsidiaries, if you talk about the even the film that officially get flopped, that takes much more money than we spend in space exploration. And you think you say all the point that what kind of society we live in. It's not only about how we waste money just about exploring in space about the other planet that will destroy earth and then we'll go live there. It's not, we are getting provided much more of beneficiary from there. Like already the point has been mentioned about the economy, that how we can manage the climate that can eventually affect the economy in a negative positive perspective. About the health, that my weirdo opponent has already weirdo from my team has already mentioned about the health sector, that can also point, and all the other points that has been mentioned by Ansh and the Lord about the data, is that how it can benefit in every aspect of human life, even on earth itself. So I don't think that somehow it's wasting money there. So come up with a good point.
Thank you.
Mother Mary, are you there?
I'm there, bro.
Mother Mary, yes, yes.
Yes, tell me, bro.
Counter his argument, yaar.
Bro, counter this argument. Okay. Ma'am, can I ask you one question? Ma'am? Who's my partner?
Mother Mary, are you aware about the format of this debate?
Sorry, sir, you have lost the time.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Yes. Okay.
In
So,
this
AG,
round, in this
how
round,
do
you
you?
guys, in this round,
Guys, all my dear participants, let me tell first, you are performing very well. There is no reason of demotivating. Please be motivated. You know, debate is not all about winning or losing. We are here to gain the knowledge. Please be focused on this aspect only. You know, if you can speak, please speak with a confident. There is nothing like winning or losing. We are not here to win or lose. We are here to debate and gain the information, gain the knowledge, to reach our information, whatever we have. We are here to develop a multi-perspective thought. So this is advice to my participant. Please be confident and speak confidently. Okay? Mother Mary, now you can go.
Ganesha, you were saying something.
Okay, Radhe
Am I
and
audible?
AG, please keep an eye
Am I
on the
audible?
timer because
Am,
people are
yeah.
missing the time. Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay, okay.
Am I audible?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Ganesh.
Okay. So there is a format like we have to follow. Like first person will ask question for 25 seconds. Then another person will answer within 75 seconds, including that person's question for first person. Then again 75, and then third round would be 75, and then 50 seconds to answer. Okay. I mean 25, 75, 75, 75, and 75, 50. This is the pattern. You are exceeding 4 or 5 minutes in same round. Don't do that, please. This is last warning now. Let me start the record.
Mother Mary, are you there?
I'm there, bro.
Yes. So now count. Go with us, Srishti. Okay.
Okay. The counter voice I'm going to give you or some they will give you me.
I
Radhe,
think
Radhe.
we have done with this round. This Rishi and Mother Mary.
Okay, then it's okay. Radhe, Radhe. I think you should explain the format. There are some people who don't know the format and they are creating problem here. Okay. So for a third round, please explain the format so that it became easy for everyone to debate. Radhe.
Just wait for a second. Okay, I think we should go with the third round. Second round has successfully finished. And please, the third round, please take care of the time and we'll also. Okay, so talking about the third round, so that will be for about 12 minutes. And from each team, like from EL team, there will be 2 participants, and from your team AG, there will also be 2 participants. Okay, so the format will be like this. So the first 30 seconds, the first team will counter. Okay, and in the next 90 seconds, the other team that will answer the counter question at the same time, they will ask the question in within the time span of 90 seconds. So like that, the time will go 90 second per 90 second per. Okay, so this will be go like this. So the last 60 seconds, the first team that has asked the questions, so they will answer. Okay, because they have used their time 30 seconds for questioning. At the last, they will answer for 60 seconds. I think I'm clear to all of you. So, AG, who is coming from your team? AG, are you there?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, you are audible now.
Okay. So I'm saying that I am explaining the format again so that if anyone have a doubt, so it's clear. Now, third round will be duo versus duo debate, and each team will face off in a duo debate. Each team will have a 12 minutes to present their argument. Okay, and a 90-second uninterrupted period will be allowed for each team during their turn. Like first team keep this in mind while the debating. First team will have a 30-second to ask the question. For the member from a first team, they will only ask the question in a 30-second. Second team will have a 90-second to ask the question and answer the question, whatever asked by the team A. Okay, and now this cycle goes on. At a last, first team, the participant from a first team will get a 60-second to answer. He will not question. He will only respond to the team, the question from a team B. Okay, so make sure to keep this in mind while debating in the third round. Radhe, go on.
Okay, AG. So who is coming from your team?
Mani and jackfruit. So Mani and jackfruit, best of luck for both of you. And yes, they will go from my team.
Okay, so Manny and Jack, you also have to best of luck from my side because you will face a very harder or difficult counter and also difficult participants. So from my team, the enthusiasm will go on definitely. Nikhil Vyas and Lord himself. So just be ready, AG and your team. And from my team, obviously, English learners team, Nikhil and Lord himself. Are you there?
Yes, we are here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, let's proceed.
Mani?
Yeah.
Mani and jackfruit, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Shall we start? Okay. So I have a question for the second team, which is in the opponent side. Now let's start the actual round of debate. So the first question for you all is, how can we improve space weather forecasting without space exploration? Just connect this point with your counterpoints.
Again, you're coming to the same point, which I already answered in the previous round, that the space forecasting and the weather forecasting is done by the satellites. It's not by the actual space robots which we are landing on the moon and Mars, and the telescope which we are actually deploying in the space. That is not actually doing the forecasting. So we are talking about cutting down the investment in the space, not actually shutting down the space research. These are the meaningful investment, and this should go on because sending a satellite in the space is cost quite less as compared to sending a space robot or a space shuttle in the space around any planet. Coming to the question part, you guys were talking about the asteroid mining, right? We will mine the metals from the space and bring down the Earth, and which will give the energy. Since considering the high cost of transporting the space robots on those planets and taking back here on the Earth, it costs lot of money. Don't you think the metals which we will bring from the space, that would be not affordable to the humanity?
Is it? Okay, first of all, let me tell you one thing, that you recently said one statement that was not logical at all. You said that satellites which are used for weather forecasting, they are not coming under space exploration, right? This was the statement you used. Let me tell you, first of all, there are 1,200 satellites in the Earth observation satellite system. In that, they weather monitor, they monitor weather, they are monitoring the climate change, they are monitoring the natural disasters, they are monitoring the environmental conditions as well. For example, I will include NASA's Landsat series, the European Space Agency's Copernicus satellite, and NOAA's weather satellites. So this was a counter for your, that statement was not at logical, it was not relatable, it was not having any relevance. Now coming to the question, you were talking about the how it is going to help the humanity. I think I've already told in the previous round that there is one particular element, that is titanium. And if you don't know something about titanium, let me tell you, it is used in the nuclear power plant. And at the same time, titanium is not that much present on Earth, but it is present in abundance amount of, specific areas in the Mars region. When we were having the Mars, that particular mission, in that we have found the existence of the Martian surface, inclusive of all the kind of titaniums. So we can use that titanium to provide nuclear energy. We can use that titanium to produce solar energy and other ways as well. So now I have a question for you, that what are the economic consequences of not exploring the potential for space exploration?
Answering to your question about the economic consequences, I don't see bigger economic consequences, because only the few people are getting benefited from the getting jobs from the space research. Those who are from the elite and they complete their education from the elite schools and colleges. And talking about in the last round, when you mentioned that my point was not logical, I talked about that those satellites, we are not talking about that. You are always talking about satellite, but never talking about the space exploration. When you send the robots on the moon and Mars, and you're talking about the titanium, right? We have thorium and uranium here on the Earth. We have abundant amount of resource, but we need to know how to manage them. If we are managing them the right, we have sufficient enough to provide the energy for the years. Till then, we can focus on the climate change and other things which are going to threaten us before we. So if we are going to for the research on the space and not focusing on these things, before we could get any benefit on the research, we will be threatened by these climate change, other things, and people will be dying from the poverty. And there is a lot of girls also who are not getting the basic education in the world. So we should also focus on that area rather than just spending huge amount of money on the space and in the hope, in the hype of that we'll be able to get some metals from the some other planet, which is quite not feasible. Because if you see the cost of like bringing those metals, even if you're able to find, if you have to put people on the ventilator there on the planet, because there's no air, there's no water, so you have to supply everything from here, put them on ventilator so that they can do the mining, and then you can bring them those metals. That will cost a lot much, which will be not beneficial for the humanity, I believe. So jackfruit.
Where was the question? Okay, if you don't have any question, one more, because you might be not
no, we need to give the time to others also.
Yeah, actually, because you were not having time to ask the question, let me come to the same point only. Do you know that there is an asteroid 6 Psyche, and it has an estimated value of up to $700 quintillion? Do you know what is quintillion? It is such a huge amount of money that the entire generation can spend whole lives, right? And second thing, it is rich in platinum. Now let's come to the same point which you asked about, like, is it helping in the mining? It is helping. How? There are rare earth metals. Many asteroids are rich in rare earth metals such as platinum, gold, and iridium, and they are critical for the modern technology, and they are having the scarcity on Earth. Second thing, let me tell you, water found on the moon and asteroids can be split into hydrogen and oxygen to provide fuel for space missions. Do you know this thing? So in this way, we can also go in the cost-effective manner, and at the same time, maybe you are having that particular humanitarian aspect, that every time you guys are coming with, why to not spend this much amount only on space, why not on the other thing? Do you know the meaning of multidimensional innovations? If you are studying something in your UPSC examination, will you only make your history stronger, or you will go for all the subjects? Only exploring education, only exploring how to reduce poverty is going to help us, or some little amount of budget which we are using for the potential of space exploration, it is only required for entire humanity. Do you really believe this thing? Tell me.
You talked about the hypothetical scenario about the abundance of metals and other gold and other things which we have on the other planet. If our scientists are so much good in doing those kind of predictions and doing those kind of research, why they are not able to work on the deserts expansion? The deserts is expanding in the South Africa, in the African continent, but but nobody is coming to provide solution, because the problem is there in front of you. Doing a prediction about the space, what is there, you can do and say anything about the space, but the thing is, nobody is going to counter you, because nobody knows what is there. But the problem which is there in front of our eyes, the climate change and the desert expansion and other similar problems in the medical field, nobody is coming to provide a solution for that, because they feel like they provide the solution, people will counter them. Where is the solution? But it's very easy to throw a number about the space, but because nobody is going to counter you. That's I would say to your point. And yeah, like coming to, you said like we are spending very less money on the research, space research, but would you like to provide a number of how much money we are spending on the climate change, which is threatening our economies, and almost I think $506 billion we lost annually to the climate change, but still we are not spending any amount of money on the climate research, and how can we reduce this?
Okay, you are talking about climate change. First of all, let me tell you one thing. Do you know about the G20 summit, which was held recently in the previous year in India? The entire world was I mean, all the big leaders of the entire world, European Unions, or maybe it is American Union, or from the Westernization, or from the Middle East, each and everyone was talking about climate change only. Do you know this thing? So at least not raise this question that governments are not doing anything for it. Now let me tell you what they are doing. They have raised an issue that we are going to provide 80% of the electric vehicles till 2013 are on India. Okay, second thing, let me, like you were talking about the forestry and other environmental issues. There is a satellite that is Landsat satellites. It is a series of Landsat 8, Landsat 9, and this satellite is used for earth observation, for land use. Listen to this: land use, agriculture, forestry, and environmental monitoring. And in addition to this thing, they are also seeing that is there any movement of tectonic plates, is there any movement of volcanic eruptions. They are also seeing this thing that are for example, if there are 100 million trees in particular area, so the satellite image capturing all the data in itself, and after some years, maybe after a few months, they are simply going through the data that is still all the trees are present in this specific area or not. And if they are not present, then what they will do, they will plant the trees there. So are you getting this thing? I mean, every time you're coming with some questions which are not even having some answers, because questions should be logical first of all.
Okay, I would like to say what I'm putting. I know what I'm putting, so you don't just try to put your points. It's what is logical and not logical will decided by the judge. Okay, and talking about the G20, and they talk about a lot like climate change, because they just want to throw the news that they are concerning. But if you look at the number, they are not spending any money on the research and the climate change. And coming to the next question, which you guys talked about like farmer suicide, and we have satellites which provide the data about the crops, and that is helping farmers to and because of that the suicide has reduced. I think I belong to a village around family, and we have a lot of farmers, but I've never seen any farmers using any data from the satellites to reduce the increase the production. They use the local knowledge. Based on that, they increase the crop production. So I don't believe anyone in India is using the information from the satellites to increase their crop productions. Lord and jackfruit either.
Okay, there is a time left for the second pair as well, right?
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that, like Nikhil has said something very crucial about it. I'm just very much concerned about the growing space program and its concern. Like, definitely space programs that shouldn't be hindered. There are major issues being diplomatically talked with different nations. But what about we can say possibility of polluting space? Because we have seen and witnessed that there are lots of derives into the space floating, and even there is kind of like destroying of various kinds of old satellites into pieces because of since they are old, and it might interact with something which is very crucial, like those satellites which are being operating for you can contribute and argue for the same.
It's 21:29.
Okay, jackfruit. First of all, what you are referring to as debris
It's
is not
21:29.
debris; it is debris. And second, the problem of debris is something that has came into notice of various space agencies, and there are already measures taken into place so that this situation will be mitigated. Thus far, there has been no significant hindrance by the debris, neither in the launch nor in the re-entry of any space vehicle. But surely, definitely, it is a concern, and it is being worked upon. It is being taken care of, and in future, we have measures to take down these things.
Sorry,
Now,
I didn't get that.
having that said, I have a question for you. can we really miss out on the opportunities to assert dominance on lunar resources? Because moon is the next big thing for our civilization, and so many nations are making their claims on the moon. So when the year arrives, when different countries will start making claims over the lunar soil and lunar resources, does do we have to miss out on that opportunity? Because as India, we are also having our presence over there. So why to stop it? My question to you.
Actually, there are many reasons. The first reason is the high failure rates, because as we all know that whatever the space program that we used to launch it should be it should be not only just sufficient with the fund requirements, but other requirements such as politically stability, along with long tenure of worker and high skilled labor, which are approved by the government, because non-native workers, they cannot be appointed for the same. Specifically, let's suppose talking about NASA and all, they should be having American citizens first of all to have this particular thing. Now talking about other space organization, this is the same protocol have been followed. So means that in their own a particular communication downline, there should be a great communication based on their country to another country to facilitate the communication along with the success rate. And in most of the countries, people are having into the formation like government being into that is democratic ones which are being operated, so that can be a chance. And even not all of that, like there are those countries which are monarch or something which are controlled by small group of people like dictators, so they can you misuse that political thing for their own advance. For example, North Korea itself, you can see that that country is expanding its horizon in space and targeting those main ships, especially of Russia and USA. Not Russia, USA, for the time being, because they wanted to have the expenditure. They are allocating about 26% in their military base, and about 4% expenditure was seen in 2020 itself, where they have allocated much of the funds for adding up to like $2 trillion US dollars every year for advising this thing. This is what I can say very important consideration, that diplomatic tensions can be arises. Like as I've already told, like whatever the contribution that we are making, it should be considerably revolves around the strong diplomatic countries only, or those countries who can able to afford and extend such kind of programs and can initiate. Smaller countries or Caribbean countries cannot be able to have their own space bases, and they have to depend on these countries. And if these countries are even more diligent in their own diplomatic relations, like
Are you going
investing
to
more.
stop, or you will send me a question as well?
The question here that arises is that, like, since the more budget is being allocated for such exploration, do you think that it is considerable? Don't you think that the advised budget would be more revised towards those particular solution which is scope in present as well as future, like sustainable development agriculture? It is focusing on improving agriculture in our grounds also, but as well as it is improving agriculture aspects for the future generation by employable, making employable youth and attracting more of the people, and having very good we can say supply, because storage and supply is always the biggest concern. So don't you think
Okay.
that more sustainable growth goals should be focused more? What is your stance?
See, if you would have listened the first argument or the first round or the previous arguments from my teammates carefully, you would have understood that this question is nothing but the repetition. Answer will also be kind of repetitive, but I will try to make it to fulfill your points there. Actually, you talk about that there is much more need for fund allocation to the earthly problem that are right now here in the present. But the thing is that if you do not plan for the future, there is no way forward in the future for you to succeed. And talking about the resource trends that you are so much focusing about, that so many problems are there on Earth, we have immense potential in the space to earn money from it. ISRO has its own commercial branch. It is known by the name of Antrix. It is nothing but the similar to the Hindi word Antrix for it, but it is named as Antrix. It is generating lot of revenue for India commercially by launching space satellites. It is by far the world record holder in terms of launching satellite in a one go. 104 satellite in one go it launched. So It is already making progress there, and it is an investment in future. Definitely we will get more and more, you can say, return on investment there. Although you did not answer my previous question, I would you talked about the success rate of it, that there is a very low success rate. I would like to remind that NASA has 90% of success rate, ESA has, European Space Agency has 85%, Roscosmos, Russian Space Agency has 75%, ISRO is having 95% of success rate, and all this data is coming from ISRO mission reports 2023. NASA annual reports 2013 to 2023. So within last 10 years, which is a big time frame, NASA has 90% of mission as successful. So I believe that it is an excellent and wonderful mission success rate. It is just because the misnomer that whenever a mission fails, a space exploration mission fails, it makes a very big news in the world. Therefore, you are living in a false projection that space exploration is a very risky endeavor and it always fails and rarely wins. It is not the case, buddy. It always, it mostly, largely, it is a successful endeavor. Now, my question to you is that how will you ensure the survival of human species if tomorrow or 10 years down the line an asteroid comes to hit the Earth? How will we save ourselves if, according to you, we will not be spending our money or resources on colonizing other planets or looking other avenues to find habitable planets? How will you ensure that here sitting on Earth?
Okay, so I will answer this question. This problem of that asteroid will somehow collide with the Earth, that is hypothetical, and it could be possible. But if you look at the thousands year back, 2,000 year back, it has never happened, and possibly in the next 1,000 years it will not happen, and later could happen. That is just a prediction and possibility. So, if do you want to invest money on the predictions, which is done by possibilities, which is done by the scientists, or the real problem which you have? Possibly the asteroid will collide with Earth or not, and will die or not. There's no concrete proof for that. But if you look at the current problem, which you have the climate change and other things, and the hunger which is happening, and the fight between the groups in African continent, they are surely going to kill us. So first, we need to focus on the immediate problems that we have, rather than just focusing on money on the somebody prediction, which is made by scientists without a concrete proof.
One of the thing is that cannot the fund allocation, like if the fund allocation is much more, cannot be limited. Like I just want to say is that like fund allocation to such organizations are already been devised, and that is much controlled and much we can say planned according to economists based on the current economy that is going on in that particular country, whether it is developed or developing countries, which are being organizing such kind of space agencies. But my question is that, like, why huge expenditure? Like, do you think that huge expenditure would be like should be the cost for those basic needs? Because global recession is on the count. Even after COVID, we have witnessed that thing. So don't you think that like it is not a smart move? And like basic necessities, like in like at the last we have to understand humans, right? We have to fulfill the basic needs of human. And if humans are not happy, if their funds, because the funds can be allocated or misguided by the politician as well, like since it is not much transparent, the ways are not transparent, it can be the medium for politicians to find some backed ways to since it is not transparent for more like more years. So how can we able to devise such things?
Okay, that's a nice question, by the way. Well, I would like to speak a few seconds upon your predecessor's factual incorrectness. He said that it is just hypothetical that an asteroid will ever hit the Earth. Well, if your buddy has ever looked upon the world map, he will see that there is an entire way, the Gulf of Mexico, that is created by an asteroid impact. It is called the Chicxulub crater, which actually annihilated the entire population of dinosaurs and other contemporary species. We do not want another Chicxulub crater on our human civilization. And talking about poverty, he said that poverty is actually killing people, while this is nothing but just a theory that someday an asteroid will come. See, poverty is killing, let's say, 5% or 10% of people. Definitely, an unfortunate incident, it should not happen. But when an asteroid will come, it will not talk about 5% or 2% or 3%. It will talk about 100% of not only humans but all the species that exist on Earth. Now, coming to your question, you're talking about the huge costs. It is actually a ridiculous argument over there, because I've already mentioned that Indian government only spent 0.02% of its annual expenditure on space budget. ठीक है? And apart from that, we talk about NASA. It only takes 0.5% of entire US budget. US is a big country, still it is only spending 0.5% of its entire budget on its space expenditure. Similar is the case with the European Space Agency or Chinese Space Agency. So it is not a very huge expenditure that we are talking about. On the other hand, I can make you count countless scams that have gone around in our country, which are having way manifold larger, you can say, price in our country. For example, fodder scam in Bihar that was accounted for 900 crore. The coal scam that was around 2 lakh crore. So these are big numbers, really, really big numbers. If you are so much concerned about the resource crunch, you should actually focus upon, you can say, managing the resources well and eradicating corruption, because that is actually eating away all your resources. No, it is not the space funding.
Okay, the first thing that you have mentioned about this, there are certain things. First of all, the space. The space organization, as you already told about this, that the immediate action should be very important, because the infrastructure we have already quoted for Bihar, so the infrastructure is not very good. So focusing that would be able to focus in both present as well as in future. Apart from that, you have mentioned about like very important concern about this corruption. So corruption can be mitigated only if we can able to educate more of the people. Literacy rate is just very less, and we are all fighting on religion, so that would be getting accumulated for the same. And apart from that, the space, like a meteoroid, did you have ever heard about China? Their advances the things, and because of that they are kind of bending the direction of asteroid because of experimentation, which is going to risk the whole life and Earthian's life, right? And because of that, US is also criticizing China's notion about that, like they are controlling it because of the advancement that they are doing and
Time
allocation.
is up, dear.
Don't you think?
Your time is up now.
The entire time is up. It was a nice time with you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
thank
yeah,
you.
that's all about the debate. And yeah, AG, what would you say now?
Okay, I will say one quote of Winston Churchill. Success is not a final and failure is not a fatal. It is a courage to continue that count. And we have performed very well. And I think we are in a way of achieving this by this debate. So, you, Mani and Jackfruit, you did an amazing job, bro. And your points were clear and strong. You handled the tough question really well. It's clear that you have put a lot of effort into preparation. And we've seen your debate. I'm very happy with you all. And yes, second team have performed very well. Like, yes, now Radhe Radhe will speak about them.
Okay, it seems like you accepted the defeat. Okay, it's okay.
No, I'm not accepted, but
Why
okay, but
are
what
you
I
so
have
terrified?
observed.
Just take a
No,
just
I'm
take a
not
deep,
terrified.
take a long breath, and exhale that. Okay, everything will be fine.
Okay, Radhe, thank you.
Okay, so judges will take a little time, just 10 minutes. Before that, if anyone had something to say, or anyone who want to speak something or whatever, if they want to speak on this topic, then please welcome.
Okay, it's not about this topic. Like I am CEO, and I just want to give a feedback to our team and your team for this debate.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
let's move to English Center first. Like they were really organized well, and it seems that they are really prepared well. They have read the facts and researched well. So I think it was really great, and it felt like yeah, we are debating with someone a strong team. And going to our English Wisdom Hub members, like they also did really great, and it was like their first time debating on these standards. So I think they did well, and because we didn't have a lot of members, so it was hard to find those good members. But like Saku, Mani, and AG was our host. It was also his first time hosting a debate. So I think this was really great, and we will learn from it. And we are really looking forward for next debate with you. And the next time, so be prepared. We will also give you like a punch as you did today. But let's see what the judges decides. It was really great having a debate with you all.
Yes, it's a very enjoyable debate.
Yeah, I know there was one more issues with that. We didn't know the rule that those person who are participating in debate organization would not take part in the debate, actual debate. So our like many of our members who are really well, they participate in debate organization. And as I already mentioned, we didn't have a lot of members, so that's why we lacked. And also, though our members were lot of members were not that serious. They didn't research well, like we only saw in their speeches. But 3 or 4 members of our team really did too great. And Radhe Radhe, you really did a really great hosting. It was really fun. I like it. It was awesome one. And
Thank
from
you
your
so much,
team,
Sujan.
like from your team, Srishti and Weirdo and where is he? Nikhil, Y, they also like they were rock and they really performed well. Like it seemed like they are well prepared.
Yes,
I'm saying it again and again. Like it was really awesome. And it was really great experience having debate with you all.
Obviously, Sujan, there is no doubt about this that English learners team is absolutely, you can say, master in this thing. Okay,
Yeah,
and
I
I
like
don't
it.
have
It's
any kind of, you can say, what to say. Yeah, I
yeah, I
don't have
really
any
agree
kind
with
of
it. Like
complaint from my team because yeah, my team did a great and a wonderful job, and the energy that English learners team was holding, that was unimaginable or and obviously unmatchable. Okay,
yeah,
and I'm very much
that's what
impressed
happens when
by
you
all
practice a
of my
lot.
team. It is also about the energy, the confidence, and
Yeah, I
obviously
understand.
practice.
Like when you go with a
yes,
stronger team and you are not prepared that well, you will definitely see that that not a fear but those inferiority between them. So I
SEO,
guess our team did really great, and they will do great again.
SEO. I think you can
Yeah, I'm
talk this
listening, man.
later. You can talk this later. As of now, you
Okay,
can
okay.
just stop.
So if there is anyone who want to speak, they can. Morphos, are you there? Okay, he was really excited to say something.
I want
Am I
to
allowed to
say,
talk?
okay.
Yeah,
Am
Satya,
I?
you are also allowed to talk.
Yeah. First of all,
yes,
I am
you
the
can
common.
speak.
Sorry. Yeah. First of all, I'm the common member in both the groups. So I think English learners have been doing great from many months and many years, so to speak. English wisdom recently got that pumped up, but still they did great. English learners, as always, they are very hard opponents to tackle. But I think it's very first attempt from English for wisdom to debate within the group. I think they have attempted well. They've done great. I'll give them that. I think I'll shout out for English learners as well. Yeah, that is all. Sometimes we are nail, sometimes we are hammer. This time I don't know who is going to be hammer, who is going to be nail, but both of our tools at the end of the day, strong tools. Yeah.
Ram, you were saying something. You were about to say something. Do you wanna speak?
Okay, yeah. Like I want to I have read somewhere, so I want to share that quote. It was based on it was the statement of a scientist who actually talked too much about space and made a playlist on YouTube about explaining the universe and telling it in a year way that how can we represent that in a year. So he's shared a quote that if someone who is I'm saying in the in perspective of a debate, I'm changing that quote that if suppose there are 10,000 uh, teams and they are equally like talented, they have equal knowledge of the topic and environment is in their condition, then also if they debate, then there's obvious that one person, one team will win. So what we get is that the person, one team which is equally talented is not winning a single match, single debate. He's knocked out at the first debate, but there will be the same talented team which won a centuries of matches out of these 10,000 teams. So I want to say that this suggests that if we are winning or losing, that doesn't mean that a lot. The important thing is that we should learn like lot of uh, from the from our failures and like victories also. And I think both the teams and English learners and English wisdom hubs learned a lot, like how to organize and how to manage teams and how to prepare for it. So both are winner in my eyes. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
This was really amazing, Ram. And yeah, you said that right. Both are winning. Both teams win in themselves. Yeah, Satya, you wanna say something?
I just want to create a comical situation because all of us have been very serious, right? So it's like English learners coming to English wisdom. It's like exploring from one dimension to another dimension. They have shifted from their dimension to our dimension, which is a typical space program example to explore with us.
It's like space exploration, right?
Yeah, typical example. Yeah, anyways, just for fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed because I accumulated knowledge from both the teams, uh, from English wisdom and English learners, and my team did great as well because they are now initiating all this, but still, it is what it is. And Radhe, you did a great job in hosting, and AG too.
It was seems like
Okay.
AJ was running on the street and dog was like chasing him, and then he was not getting time to unmute himself.
Yes, I am facing a network problem during debate.
It's like
That's why.
yeah, it's like if they are floating on space, AG
Yeah.
try to protect our Earth. That what?
Like, there is one member who want to speak. Dot, are you there? Where the hell is?
I think I want to tell something. I think it's a good idea to run this debate again at least once in a month, if not every week, right? What would you guys think, my fellow English learners?
We can have twice in a month.
That's great. I look
Yes,
forward
you
to it.
can come to our English learners. So we always like each alternative week we have
In the
a
beginning
mega
itself, I
debate.
said that I'm the common member in both the groups. So, yeah, I'll do that. Thanks.
I guess this is a great proposal. This like let's do it. It will
Let's
really
do
be
it.
beneficial for all
We
the
will do,
members.
yeah. We will do
I want to say
twice in
one
a
thing.
month, which is once in every 2 weeks. And it is going to be a banger next time for sure because, yeah, there are a lot of things.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to say one thing as a admin of English Wisdom Hub. Like this time, English learners challengers means propose that they want to collaborate with us in this debate. This time, I think English Wisdom Hub should uh, like uh, challenge them that will you want to have a debate with in English learners.
Collaboration, we will think about it in the future days. I don't think they're going to agree because they don't want to give up, their roots. Just like us. But let's see. But we will look forward for this debate more and more in the future because it is going to enhance our knowledge at the end of the day.
Okay. Anyone else who want to say anything? They can also give feedback, and also they can share that there are the what are the room for improvements and all. AG, why you got silent?
Because
Are you
exploring
okay?
Earth. Because he's exploring Earth. Wait, he'll come up.
Not silent.
Yeah, Ichi.
No, not
Silence is the
silent.
best.
I'm thinking. Yes.
Yes.
We are in a
Very
Nikhil
brown
Vyas.
study now.
Nikhil.
yes, sir.
Don't worry, it happens, AG.
Yes, yeah. I'm not worrying. It's a part of like winning and losing is a part of debate. It's not about
Okay,
worrying.
means you accepted.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, I have
wait,
not accepted till now.
Radhu, can you please end this recording on good note? Then we can
It's like
discuss other
AJ is
things
trying to say we
because
might.
this recording
The
is going
result
on
is
YouTube.
yet to come. So, Leo,
Yeah, I just.
the
Yeah, we
result is
still
yet
have
to
time.
announce.
Yeah, I just want to add something.
Okay,
AG is basically saying we might have lost battle, but not the war. So wait until the end.
Yeah, we are waiting for you for that.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yes, Nikhil.
Why
English
the
wisdom.
hell you
Thanks
speak?
for friendly involvement here. Yeah, I was saying to this group, thanks for friendly environment. On Telegram, always most of group have lot of ego, arrogant towards English learner. Even when I came here, I thought same might it is going to happen, and even something was going in my mind as well. But the way gesture shown by their group as a feedback, uh, friendly nature, uh, it was commendable, and I like such group. Those doesn't have jealousy from any groups. They just want to learn from each other. So I like this friendly nature, and thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks, Leo. Like it was really great, like working with you,
Okay. Hi, Sio, are you
and
there?
thanks to us too. This yeah, had this and I'm there.
Okay. Would you like to say something regarding the debate, like how our participants, like from the team A and from the team B, how they contributed in the debate? Would you tell? Would you tell all the things in the short? Not all the things.
Like
That whatever you have gathered, important point, and the point was relevantly relative for yours. Just you can go with that.
like I have already explained this thing, but let's go with it again. Let's go with Morpheus. He also was also here. Let's go with his feedback. I think I have already given the feedback. Hey, Morpheus, are you there?
Yeah,
You have
I'm
already. Okay,
nice,
you have
Eugene.
already given you.
Yeah, I did in the beginning
Okay.
when debate
Okay.
end.
Yeah. Morpheus, you can continue right
Like,
now. Mm-hmm.
first of all, like I would like to thank you, like for the all of the you, like Eugene, Ram, and all the people who have contributed, like towards from our side. And on the other hand, I would like to like be thankful for the second group, like we have over here, that is here, and organizer of that people, and especially to the host and the organizers, like they did a well job. Uh, After seeing this debate, it seems like too much fantastic. And let's talk about like what we gather from here. Like as you can see, like people already said a lot of knowledge, like they're just getting, and that's just sharing. So I don't have much things, but I would like to thankful like to the both of them. Yes, Eugene, you can carry on now.
Okay, I guess the judges has already prepared their conclusion. And hey, Hers, like it
Yeah,
was really nice meeting you, man.
yeah. Same for me, buddy. It was really nice to have such a friendly behavior by your whole team, your whole administration. And I would like to call host again as results are already there. Host, please take your seat.
Okay. So before announcing the result, anyone has any guess, rough guess they can?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
think
kidding?
English Wisdom Hub.
Okay, AG, what do you say?
Radhe, please declare the result.
Yeah.
Oh my
Don't think, just
goodness.
feel it.
Okay, what happened to you?
No, I am happy.
Okay, so
Whatever result is, I am happy with the result. Please declare the result. Okay, Radhe?
yeah, I'm saying the same thing. Don't be worried about that. Yeah, for sure.
You know. Yeah, one quote, please. Those who laugh
Okay.
last laughs longer. So we are going to laugh at last, maybe in the upcoming debates.
That's the spirit, Satya. Okay, so the winner team is English learners, obviously.
Congrats, guys. Shout out to you.
Okay,
Okay, congratulations to English learners and also English Hub. Okay,
It's English Wisdom
English
Hub.
Wisdom Hub. Okay, I got that.
You can't
Okay, to
forget
be
that
very
beautiful
honest, it
name.
was really it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, to be very honest, I literally enjoyed this debate a lot. And obviously, English learners always welcome to the people who are literally want a healthy conversation and also healthy debate and also brainstorming, whether that is any group. Obviously, heads off to all of you, English Wisdom Hub, that you felt within yourself that okay, we can also carry forward this thing. So it was really commendable, and definitely we will further looking forward to another beautiful and brainstorming debate. It was really nice. Thank you so much for being with us, and also to all of the participants that you cooperate with us.
Yeah. Just for reference, if anyone having any doubts,
Yes.
we have a little breakup of markings also. Okay. So it was like